Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard. I'm going to let some people get in here before I start getting into the meat and potatoes of what's going on. And I haven't really figured out how to assign monitorship to the chat yet, so I'm going to kind of hang on to that myself. Yes, Timmy, I'm live. I don't know why you didn't get a notification, but I am live. Go check out my buddy Squatchy Herper. The guy finds some great stuff over in Arkansas. And he's got this beard to make himself look like a Sasquatch. He's really cool. He's my buddy Timmy. He goes by Squatchy Herper on YouTube. He's worth checking out. Another person worth checking out, Warrior Z Martinez. I like your fighting spirit, Warrior Z. I'm glad you decided to check into my live tonight. Autumn with Hissy Fits, once again, I'm glad you're here. I always like having you around. Mike, man, live for your flyers of the day. Thank you for taking me back in time to a happier and easier place. For those of you that don't know, Snapper Keeper Mike, he does some turtle videos and turtle pictures and things on Instagram, and they're really, really good. He does a lot of short videos, but he also does these flyers from different genres of thrash metal and punk rock from the mid to late 80s. And that was kind of, he's probably a couple years older than I. He actually caught some of the shows that I was too young to get into. And he's a good guy, and he posts a flyer every day or so on Instagram, and he's definitely one to check out. Youper, good to see you, man. I'm glad you could show up. I wanted to. I kind of noticed that I started getting some of the same questions over and over, and I kind of thought maybe I should do a live on them. Brad, good to see you. Thank you for being here. I kind of thought that a live might be the best way to address some of those questions, and also kind of address some topics that just keep coming up on my channel. And basically, I want everyone here to know that if you are a supporter of my channel, you stop by, watch any of my videos, even if you catch 1 out of 4. I really, truly appreciate you. The people that catch every video of mine, I really appreciate you guys. There's people like Jack and Dan who are Aquariusts in Ohio, I think, and they have 30,000 subscribers, and they take the time to comment and view every video of mine. I honestly don't know how they do it, because I try to support people who support me. So I really keep an eye out for their videos. I kind of feel bad if I miss one. But anyway, support those who support you. And definitely, I'm a firm believer in that. And I wanted to kind of throw out there that, I get a lot of constructive criticism on my channel. And honestly, I take most of it as kind of well-meaning. Sometimes there's something that kind of comes across as a little snarky, and I try not to take that personally, but sometimes some of the comments are just like, why did you even bother commenting? And once again, I don't know if it's someone who's like a fan, because like if the only time you show up you say something stupid, I'm just gonna start hiding those people from my channel or blocking them or something, because I don't know. It adds stress. Legitimate questions and comments are always welcome. But I want to kind of kick this off and say that I've been shooting video since 2008. Cottonmouth Kings, hold that thought. Going to come back to that. Thank you for showing up, Cottonmouth. But I was started doing YouTube channels back around 2007, 2008. And basically, I kind of didn't have a lot of structure and a lot of vision. I had some success. I had some videos get tens of thousands of views. Then I had other videos that just kind of so. But what I did was I kind of got fairly decent with working a video camera and getting video. Hi Foley, hi Janji, hi everyone from Iron's Show. I appreciate you guys stopping by. You guys raiding me, man. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. But when I attacked this YouTube channel, this main one that I'm on right now, that was after I'd kind of burned out on 4 other channels that I had covering different topics, because I have other interests outside of reptiles. So I know you wouldn't really know that from talking to me, and this one is going to be the one that gets the most attention. Reptiles are my world. Definitely, thank you, Kurtwood. Definitely have no doubt about that. But like I have a drone channel that I do not put a lot of work in. It's just kind of a way for me to catalog drone footage. Definitely really, really like the, filming drones. And I'm going to start weaving some more of that B-roll from my drone flights of habitat shots and things into my field herping videos. But anyway, like back in like 2010, 2011, YouTube wasn't as niched as it is now. Very few people can do like what Lou Boyer is doing. Lou B, if you're out there, check this live. Lou Boyer field herps the entire world, and he's an airline pilot. And so that he gets to like fly to Japan, have a 2-day layover. He gets to go herping in China, Indonesia, all these places. The guy sees wild king cobras. And then he also acquires some really crazy aircraft footage. So his channel kind of has 2 dynamics. It kind of has the field herping dynamic, and then he kind of has this aerial footage dynamic all on the same channel. Me, I don't really kind of want to do that. I kind of want to, have this be more focused on snakes and herping. Now, when I started this channel, the vision that I had for it was to have like a nature channel and basically, primarily be field herping, field birding, field mammal watching if I could find them. If they made themselves available, I was going to be there. I'd put that footage up. And then secondarily, I was going to have footage shot of animals in captivity in places like zoos and aquariums. And as kind of third, a last resort, doing captive footage. I do have some captives on this channel, although I don't want it to be like a mainstay. I don't want it to be what I'm known for by any means. But I've kind of also looked at the numbers, and I don't feel like I hurt my channel's growth, which is slow but steady. And I'll come back to that too. but I don't feel like I hurt my channel's growth by, dropping in a captive video once in a while, or maybe a video of my dog, or something that's a little bit out of the ordinary for me. What I noticed when I started this channel is I would do like an aquarium video on Wednesday and then a field herp video on Friday or Saturday. And people, like, I would get some amazing video of fish from like aquariums, either aquariums of friends of mine down at the local aquarium from the zoo, but I would get some really good footage. And what I would notice is that people would tune in for my snake videos, and that's what kind of spread. And so I may at some point start to weave some of the aquatic footage back in a little, but I definitely don't expect it to perform very well. I mean, it's kind of like, I'm not really concerned about it at this point. As long as my channel keeps growing. Hi, Ariel. Congratulations, Ariel. She just hit monetization, and definitely has some good cooking videos. And definitely check out Ariel's channel, Ariel Viking Venture and Victuals. I can't pronounce that, Ariel, so correct me if I'm wrong. But Big D, good to see you. Glad you're here. But basically, I kind of wanted to do just a pure stock footage, nature-based channel. I never wanted to put my face in it. I never wanted to have any fancy graphics. Not that I feel I have a lot of fancy graphics now. I never wanted to have any music of any kind on my nature channel. I like music on like my drone videos that I do on my drone channel. People keep requesting it here on my snake channel. I understand how you feel it would fit in the B-roll, like when I'm, driving to this location or showing fields around this location. But if the natural sound isn't good enough, I'm going to back that stuff up with nature sounds, because ultimately, at the end of the day, no rattlesnakes and black flag. Mike, I love you. I keep on keeping on. Black flag tattoo. The only tattoo I have, Mike. Black flag. You've got it. Basically, I kind of wanted a video that I would sit down and watch. And that's my metric. I have deleted videos before that people have told me not to delete, but because I like them and I would sit down and watch them myself, that's my litmus test. I've had other videos that people have been like, I don't know if I'd delete that if I were you. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, but I really don't want that on my channel. Like my first live that Iron Dog talked me into doing. And once again, Iron Dog, appreciate you forever. I owe you a beer. Because the lives have been helping my channel. And I enjoy doing them, actually. But I deleted that first live I did because the camera angle was horrible. I did it through my webcam on my computer instead of using this desk camera. So, I just really didn't want that on my channel, so I got rid of it. And, but basically, I wanted to go over a few different topics and say, my channel was originally going to be a little bit more diverse than what it is now. Now that I've kind of broken the 1,000 subscriber mark and my watch hours are starting to climb, I might start weaving more of that alternative footage back into it, more captive stuff of my friends' collections, more aquarium footage. I kind of feel like now that might go over a little different than it did in the beginning. And it may not, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, see what works. And at the end of the day, do your own thing. And that's kind of what all of this circles back to, is I want to make my channel for me. A lot of people are pushing me to do live feedings. Okay, don't have a lot of animals, got a handful. I look at other people like Desert Wolf Armory, Iron Dog Reptiles, My Animal House, Venom Wonderful. These guys all do like live feeding so much better than I would. Why do them, and why not just watch theirs? YouTube's a big place, and there's room for all of us, I think. So, having said that, might I do a live feeding at some point in the future? I could. I may have to go to a friend's house to do it. One thing I really regret is I had a friend who was a big ball python breeder. I wouldn't say big ball python breeder, but he had an awesome collection of ball pythons. His name was Matt, and his company was Sacred Exotics. He's here in Oklahoma with me. I've known him 10 years, probably even longer than that. But he had some of the most gorgeous ball pythons I've ever seen, and he recently just got out of it. Life's taking him in a different direction. And I wish I would have done like a ball python video from his collection, because even though it probably wouldn't have resonated with all the people who show up on my channel to watch rattlesnakes. I just think it would have been a cool video to do. And whether 5 people watched it, 500, 5,000, 5,000,000, I'd have had that video. So I kind of regret not doing that. I've noticed that with YouTube, it's kind of the niche focus is a little interesting. Like I saw one guy who's known for his field herping videos go to a reptile show, and he actually got a lot of hate. I wouldn't say a lot of hate, but a lot of negativity thrown at him. And he said something in the comments about, I don't know if I'll do this again. And I left a comment and I said, yeah, but I don't know that I'd pull this one either, because, that might be a plan, Iron Dog. We may do that. We may come to your house and do some captive footage. Not opposed to it. But, he kind of got a lot of like, hey, where's the wild snakes? Where's this? I thought you only did wild snakes. You know, and so I think he was a little disappointed that he got the negative feedback, but he's not in a position he needs to worry about it whatsoever. But either way, I want to stay true to my vision. My vision, and I think Cottonmouth Kings nailed it earlier. See you later, warrior. Glad you stopped by. But Cottonmouth King said something about he wanted to help people see snakes in a different light. And that's what I would like to do, especially with rattlesnakes, especially with native venomous, because I see them so demonized and so vilified where I'm from that I feel like, I don't want to show a Western diamondback rattlesnake striking the camera. I know people who think that's like so great. And I'm sitting there thinking, no. Because 9 out of 10, if you stay away from them, they never even strike at you. If you give them their distance, they respect your space, they rattle, and go on. So basically, I have some things on film or video that people are like, you should release that. You should release that. You will get 20, 30, 40, 100,000 views on that if you release that. And one of them is a rattlesnake biting a handler. I despise free handling. I'm not going to like badmouth other people who do free handle. I mean, I kind of think if you want to free handle venomous snakes, that's your business. If you have bought into an anti-venom pool and you're not going to rob the local zoo if you get bit by something exotic, that's your business. If you're going to put someone else's life in jeopardy by being something stupid and doing something for YouTube clicks and likes, then you're kind of making it other people's business. When the zoo has to bail you out, it's no longer about you and the animal. It's about you, the animal, the safety of the reptile keepers at the local zoo. And honestly, a lot of people have approached me over the years about, hey, Lou, you're in Tokyo. I was just talking about you earlier. See, guy gets to field herp the world. He's over in Japan. Lou B 747. He's got a great channel if you like field herping. Check it out. Hey, Autumn. Um, but a lot of people have hit me up before and hit up my friends before and, said, hey, I want, a mentor for working with venomous snakes. And, and I've heard this, my friends have heard this. I've got a lot of friends who work with far more venomous than I ever did back in the day. And what we kind of put our heads together and found out, hey Sue, is that they really just want you to show them how to do things with snakes. You tell them, meet me at my house at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning, come ready to clean tanks. I'll start seeing how you do with this, and then we'll jump into some other stuff later, or next time you come out. They start weaseling out on you, and you're sitting there going, my gosh, the people that showed me made me work for it. And that was back in the late 70s and early 80s. uh, I've been around her reptile husbandry for a long time, and so I got to learn in an actual zoo before like all the politics and insurance got crazy, and they would let volunteers work with reptiles. I hear now that's kind of dying off, and that's kind of sad because a lot of people could get experience that way. But basically, if you're wanting someone to show you the ropes of dealing with, like, let's say you want to keep a pet copperhead or a pet rattlesnake. I mean, be willing to do something for them. At a minimum, offer to buy them dinner or something. Offer to meet them at a place that's convenient for them. Because after all, you're the one needing the help. Now, once again, I'm not real high strung about it. I generally will take people out in the field and show them things in the field. Uh, because, to me, it's easiest to show people how to handle venomous, like when you have a wide area of margin for something to go wrong and still control the situation. And then nobody really has any liability. You know, you can kind of be like, well, I'm out here, I'm field herping, and you're field herping with me. And, you know, like if I flip a copperhead in a bucket, I've got a lot of room around me. Um, I can show you how to do it. I can let you do it. It's a lot easier in the field, and then you're not in someone's snake building, and then they don't incur liability should something happen to you. Um, Once again, that with the advent of people wanting to free handle and do stupid things, it scares a lot of older venomous keepers off from showing new keepers the ropes. And I've seen some discussions where, people who have never put their hands on the cage of a green mamba will sit there and try to tell someone like Viper Keeper, how to do this and how to do that. And it's like, you're 16 and still in your mom's basement. Come on. That attitude, to me, is creating the divide. So, one way to repair that is to stay humble. Um, Definitely be willing to put in some elbow grease and be willing to, help someone out, because the fact that anyone even offers to help you in this day and age of lawyers running around and suing everybody and lawsuits is, it's rare. It's very, very rare. I see a lot of people show up and say, hey, I want to work with venomous snakes. Uh, can I get a mentor? and everybody refers them back to their local herp club. The local herp club, I got and track it. The local herp club kicks them back and says, you know, don't work with venomous. And honestly, that would be my suggestion. I would kind of, before you start working with venomous, I would question your motivation for wanting to work with venomous. Is it that you're into the biology of cottonmouths or cobras? Is it the fact that you are really, really interested in copperheads as the first snake you found when you were a kid and you've loved them ever since, and you really do read everything copperhead related? That's a different motivation than I want to blow up a YouTube channel and I want to do all this stupid free handling crap, which once again, you want to do it, it's your business. But that kind of whole attitude, just turns off older senior people. And so basically, if you want someone to show you the ropes, understand it. If it's not going to be by their rules, it's probably not going to happen. If they don't derive some benefit for it, it's probably not going to happen. And back to the whole vision of my channel, ultimately, I wanted it to be a field herping channel. I never even wanted to show my face on this channel. People came along and told me, you get some footage that not a lot of people get. And I said, fair point taken. Okay. They said, put your face in your videos to some degree because, people will steal it and sometimes get it, like trademarked in their name or something. And then you're dealing with a legal battle to get anything done about it. Good point, Lou B. That was another thing, as like, I don't want to show you me. I want to show you a Western diamondback rattlesnake. I want to show you a prairie rattlesnake. I want to show you timber rattlesnake. They're far more fascinating than I ever will be. But with the level of quality of footage that I was getting, sounds like I'm bragging on myself. I didn't mean for it to sound like that way. But, they were like, tie your face to it because, when it comes time for people to hit you up about using your footage, they will have a face to tie the name to. I get a few requests a year. I don't get a lot, but I've sold footage to National Geographic before. It's appeared in their World's Deadliest series. That was a nice paycheck. And that was kind of the pinnacle moment for me because I'd always wanted to be a filmmaker for Nat Geo. So to be able to sell them some snake footage that they used in one of their specials really was the icing on the cake. Exactly. They usually lowball you at first. But Lou, I'll tell you this, when you have no money coming in or when you're laid off, $30 a second, $25 a second is not bad. I don't know, what they're paying these days. It's been a while since it's happened. But even beyond that and the paycheck, to me, it's a great honor when the Illinois Fish and Game Department says, hey, we really like your bull snake footage. It's the best we found on the web to demonstrate this. Do you mind if we use some in our presentation? I tell them, hey, give me a second, Mark, and I'll clip it for you, MP4 it for you, and email it to you, Dropbox it to you. You start working with people like that, you make some good connections that way. And once again, you have to, kind of look at it like, what are your metrics for success? Do I want YouTube popularity? Yeah. I mean, I hate to think that anyone would run a YouTube channel and not want popularity. But you're right, like, it's in the end, it's a business. You got to get paid something. For me to continue doing what I'm doing, I do eventually have to make more and more money at it. and Venom Wonderful. I think I'm at 1,000 watch hours. I make shorter videos, and people have been after me about that. And that's some constructive criticism I have listened to. People are like, splice in more B roll, do some more habitat shots without giving away landmarks, and things like that. So I've been working to do that. And, and that I think is going to work out well. I'm producing a little bit longer video. And what I find is is on the longer videos, I do have higher engagement time. Lou, I need 3,000 more hours. I'm like right at 1,000 watch hours, Lou. I've got the 1,000 subs. I need the 4,000 rolling watch hours. So, hey, Survival, good to see you. Nice hat, brother. Yeah, I bet you like this hat, and I'm wearing it tonight just to prove Iron Dog and my Animal House wrong that I put this on eBay and sold it. Man, I never do that, and I know they were joking anyway. But but you know, basically, part of having a YouTube channel is, and this is something Iron Dog taught me. I've had YouTube channels for 12 years, and you, Iron Dog, was like, do some shorts. And so I really hate vertical video. I hate shorts, but they helped bump up my subs. That's right, it's 4,000 hours for monetization. So I'm kind of running behind. And what I usually do is I usually make a 3 to 5 minute video. Back when I started doing YouTube around 2008, 2009, somewhere in there, the buzzword was keep it under 5 minutes. Anything over 5 minutes is going to get less traffic. And then things change as YouTube changes, and YouTube will probably always keep changing. But, now it's kind of more about the metric of watch time and not how many views you get, but like how much of your video are people actually watching. And Survival, that's a great point. YouTube has been wonderful for just making friends and networking with people. Some people I know don't want to monetize, don't ever care if they monetize. I've got a friend who has 25,000 subscribers, and he finally monetized about like 7 or 8 years ago. And he never really cared about it. It wasn't his main source of income. And that's right, Lou. That's about what I've been hearing as far as number wise. Is it's not a lot of money. Some people say it's a little higher than that, but I'm hearing a lot of stories from people who make a lot of YouTube videos and who have a lot more subs than anyone I know, and they're saying it's not that great. But I networked into some other niches, lifestyle things, video vlogs, drone footage, things like that, and kind of networked into some Facebook groups. And I met a really awesome guy named Joe Hinkle. Now, the guy does a lot of work with different Christian ministries. He does a lot of spoken word and poetry type stuff. And he is friends with a lot of big name YouTubers. So he's passed information that they get at VidCon and stuff like that on to me. Like, he's got friends who are friends with Roberto Blake, who's like a certified YouTube coach. The people that get paid from YouTube to go tell you about YouTube and go tell you, how to adjust your thumbnail, what to do with your title, and, things like that. So when they say something, I kind of tend to listen to it and give it a little bit of weight. Lou B, man, I would love to know who your neighbor is, because I've heard the same thing. I've heard people can make huge sums of money. Now, I think that's a pipe dream for most people, and that, few people outside of certain niches, because you have to look at what niche is popular on YouTube. We're all in Thank you, Lou. We're all in the reptile world. I hate to say it, we're not the most popular driving force on YouTube. There are some great channels out there, like Lou B, like Smet Logic. Go over to the captive keeping side. There's people like Desert Wolf Armory. I'm trying to think of a few others. Iron Dog, Venom Wonderful. These guys have these phenomenal channels on different spectrums, and some of them are a mix. But either way, I think Lou, you and I were talking about Smet Logic is the best of the best, hands down. Um, I love Noah. I think Noah's great. I love Smet Logic. They're the best of the best when it comes to field herping. I would take that to the bank. But I want to say, Lou, me and you were talking about an airplane video versus a snake video and the difference in the money coming in from it. I'm not going to get into what figures, and I don't even remember actually what they were. But I want to say it was me and you that had that conversation. So, and that you had like a vast, yeah, the airplane video that you had 1 million views on was like 10 times more than a snake video that you had 1 million views on. Yeah, Rob at Smet Logic, those guys, the undisputed kings of field herping. I like them. I like Noah. I like Lou, but I got to give it up for Smet Logic. And they're not even here. Hopefully they watch this. Yeah, right on, Immortal. It's very hard between Noah Fields' herping channel and Smet Logic. See you later, Mike. Um, but once again, those are two good examples of what I'm talking about. Staying true to your vision. Smet Logic found my channel and said, you know what? We're going to shout you out. And I was like, wow. I wasn't expecting it. It netted me about 200 subs just overnight. It was definitely appreciated. And what they do is they have about 8,000 subscribers, somewhere in there. They make videos. Yeah, quality over quantity. Smet Logic is 100% quality over quantity. But they make these great videos. But they also kind of they take time to work with new creators. They did this shout out video where Squatchy Herper, Catbird, Hitcher 111, which is a field herper in Russia, like up above the Arctic Circle. I didn't think there was such a thing. He did a video that the shout out video kind of brought us all together, and we're all supporting each other's channels. And we all take the time to stop and view each other's videos, comment on each other's videos. It's a little, I don't say off-putting, maybe off-putting is the word. Maybe I should just go ahead and say that. It is a little off-putting when I support, I'm like a person who, let me know who that is, Survival. I'd be interested to know. But, I have 1,000 subscribers. I generally release a weekly video. I could go up to twice a week if I started doing more captive stuff. But, hey, Tavian, glad you're here. But I don't know that I want to get real involved in captives yet. One here and there, a video here and there to kind of break up the monotony is not bad. I don't think I really want to make that a staple of this channel yet at this point in time, maybe more in the future. But, it's like, I have a friend, and I'm going to make an example out of him. He's not in this chat, and he probably won't even see this live. But he has like 30 subscribers. And me and him got to kicking ideas off each other in the same YouTube group. Keep in mind, this guy does weekly releases. Yes, 30 subscribers. Never comments on my channel. Never lets me know that he's watched anything. Never gives me any feedback. I ended up unsubscribing from his channel because I have no idea that support is coming back. And once again, if Jack and Dan, who are the Aquarius in Ohio, Or Lou can show up and maybe not comment or view every video, but stop in every once in a while, let me know you're there. It lets me know that, they're worth supporting, and somehow they make the time. Some people just really hate the comments section on YouTube. And I wouldn't doubt there's people out there who have watched every video I've made or that you've made or someone else has made, and they've just never commented. But they kind of need to let people know that they're supporting them. Because without, like I said, I don't see everybody who's subscribed to me. People have their subscriptions private. And so you don't always see it. But that having said that, I'm going to steer it back towards venomous mentorship and things like that. Be humble. Being humble goes a long way. I'm grateful for each and every person that's helped me get to where I'm at. Smetlogic, Lou, Squatchy, Hitcher, Desert Wolf, Venom Wonderful, Iron Dog, Autumn at Hissy Fits. All of you people have played a role in helping me get to the point where I can just see monetization on the horizon. So I'm really grateful for all of you. Thank you. If you need help, let me know. I will be there for you. I recently got contacted by a guy who's wanting to make more venomous videos, and he kind of wants to do like some of the stuff I'm doing. And I'm sitting here thinking, should I give away my tricks and my trade secrets to this guy? And I thought, it's really not that big of a deal. But he also came at me in such a manner that's like, he was humble, he was himself, he was down to earth. He didn't come at me like, hey man, tell me how you did this. He's a little more like, man, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give me some help. And he dropped me some links to some of his private videos. What did I do wrong here? What did I do wrong there? And I said, okay, not that I'm like the video coach of the year or some aspiring role model for you to look up to, but I said, look, this light, this angle is a little bit messed up. You have a rattlesnake here. The sun's coming from this direction. It kind of foobars the picture. And what you need to do is get a bunch of different angles if you can. If you have someone that can help you work a hook, or if you can work the hook and film yourself. I gave him a little bit of information about my camera rig, and very, very secretive about that. Because once again, you cannot give away everything. I mean, if not McDonald's, let's choose a better example. If Marie Callender's gave out the recipes for their pies, Marie Callender's would no longer be in business. Lou, I agree. Teaching is one of life's biggest joys. I actually love to show people things about snakes, how to handle them, how to care for them. And the stumbling block I run into is that people don't want to meet you on your terms, or they want to go straight towards, I want to free handle a gaboon viper or free handle a rattlesnake. And it's like, no, you're here to clean aquariums and shut up. At least until I see that you're serious. JG, talk camera gear anytime. I'm Wagner County Snake Hunter on Instagram. Desert Wolf can hook us up. Snorn Hairpaven, thank you for stopping by. But it's kind of like it's all about being yourself, staying true to your vision, and being humble. It gets you so far. Sony AX53 or die. Lou Boyer uses it. Desert Wolf uses it. I use it. That's one thing we all agree on. And someone's going to dislike us somewhere. But and once again, a lot of kids I know, yeah, AX has got me for life. The Sony A7 III is a great camera. Not gonna lie, I've used one once. I just don't think that um, it would be good for as much video as I do versus photography. As I was going for photography, I would take the Sony A7 III. Tavian, I'm in Oklahoma. A lot of people think I'm in Texas. I'm not. I'm in Oklahoma. And I agree, Derek. I wish we could have had more time together, but we'll get there. And I'll get out your way before long. But basically, I'm really comfortable with the way my channel is going because I am growing. My watch time is increasing. When watch time, views, subscribers come too quick, I've experienced this on previous channels. It seems like you can also lose them quick. And that is one of the things that you don't want to have happen because your subscribers are your lifeblood. The more people subscribe to your channel, the more traffic your video gets. And hey, drunk guy, appreciate that last lesson. Glad you're here. And what I found out is through talking to, there are some big name YouTubers, in my opinion, in the reptile world, in my chat. I'm sitting here going, wow, I have Lou, I've got Desert Wolf, I've got Venom. Wow, I mean, this is kind of like interesting, kind of blowing my mind away. Do I watch my subs on the daily? Yes, I do, Lou. I do daily check my subs. And it's growing. It's growing slow, but it's growing steady. And once again, I'm happy with that because I want to retain viewers. I don't want people who sub me because they like 2 of my videos and then are never going to watch anything again and then drop off and unsubscribe me later. I know a lot of people are doing the sub for sub thing where they sub you on YouTube and the moment you sub them back, they turn around and unsubscribe you. That's why when someone subs me on YouTube, I go to their channel, I check their channel and say, am I going to be into any of their content? And if the answer is an obvious no, I'm probably not subbing you back. It's nothing personal, but I don't know, why you subbed me in the first place, and then you don't show up on my channel. Desert Wolf, we go back a long time. I'm glad you've always got my back, man. I think you're a voice who is on the same track as what I am. You're willing to help new people if they come in the right attitude. Lou B at Hissy Fits, I'm kind of with you. I've shoot a lot of video. A lot of my macros I get on my iPhone because it can be drenched in venom and survive. My Sony AX53 probably not so much. Also, it's easier to move on the ground with my camera rig. But my thing is, I think there's a lot of people out there that will help with venomous mentorship, that will help you improve your channel, will help you improve your filming techniques if you ask them and you keep your head on straight and you offer them something of value. I hate to say this, that's what YouTube is about. You want to offer the viewer something of value. I mean, if they don't get value out of your videos, they're not going to keep tuning back in. That's one thing we all know and all learned if we've been around YouTube any length of time. And don't let metrics, views, watch hours, trends define success for you. Don't do it. You will wind up at the end of the day chasing every trend that comes along, and then you'll burn yourself out that way. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do that. Like, it took me forever to do shorts. I'm kind of glad I did. It took me a long time to do lives. Of course, lives kind of got big this year with COVID and everything in the background. But man, I'm going to bring him up again just because I think everybody here should be subbed to Smet Logic. Everybody here should be subbed to Desert Wolf. Everybody should be subbed to Lou B. These are people who, in the communities, even though they kind of hit different niches, they thank you for stopping by their channel. They thank you, they support you, they turn around and help you and shout you out. Okay, that's what grows your channel on YouTube. Once again, I've got some really raw and rank footage of a guy handling a rattlesnake. It bites him. Blood flies everywhere. It's nasty. It's graphic. It would just shoot up. It would shoot up the ranks really quick. But that runs contrary to my channel goal. I don't want a million people to not understand the situation and see a snake bite. I want people to see rattlesnakes for what they are. Desert Wolf, I may hit you up with a private link at some point, because I wouldn't mind like someone on the inside seeing it. It's probably some yahoo, but realize that one, there's always a bigger kid on the block. Two, we all start from somewhere. Three, when we help each other grow, we all get along, and YouTube is so much more fun. And I don't want YouTube to ever become not fun. The moment it becomes not fun, I will get out of it. And that's what killed my first 4 channels. I didn't have a strategy. I didn't have a plan. I would have an awesome weekend herping. So I would drop like 4 herping videos and a video that I made at the zoo with a captive animal within the same week. And I didn't think, space it out or upload some of those videos and just let them sit. So when you're feeling burnt out, you can go back and, all you have to do is release them. And it's not that you're making a video every week. You kind of learn these little tricks to pace yourself. See you, Venom Wonderful. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate everything you do. But you learn these little tricks that of how to stay consistent. Lou B, I totally agree. It's hard to let something sit. Someone reminded me about my drone channel earlier. Exactly, make videos, schedule them for later. And someone hit me up about my drone footage and said, you haven't released a drone video in, a few weeks. Well, I've got so much sitting in my iMovie, which is what I use for editing. I don't know that I can cram much more in there. So, definitely, to any new either snake keepers or new YouTubers that want to make a snake related channel, I would say remember, you get a lot more keep staying down to earth and keeping and building relationships and building a community than just shooting up overnight. It can be a dangerous situation because a lot of people are, a lot of people who shoot up overnight also, they make a lot of videos and then they burn themselves out. And I kind of understand grabbing the traffic while it's there, but learn to pace yourself and pace out that traffic because the residual is what you want to build. I don't want to release a video that gets 1 million views this weekend if all of those 1 million people are never going to come back to my channel. So you need to think about strategy, I think. Anyway, guys, I've been on a bit too long, longer than I planned. And kind of covered most of what I wanted to cover. I didn't necessarily go every direction I wanted to go. Do me a favor and go to Desert Wolf Armory and get one of these cool caps. I definitely like mine. Luby, Desert, Ariel, Hissy Fits, everybody, anybody, Iron Dog, Brutus, Squatchy, thank you for stopping in tonight. I'm going to have to get out of here because my voice is starting to go. But support each other, support each other's channels. Don't let your ego get inflated because you have a little bit of success. Remember, YouTube is about consistency in the long term. Don't take it from me. I am going to Quick Trip Derek, but don't take it from me. Hit up YouTube coaches and other groups that have nothing to do with snake videos. Find people who do, vlogs. Find people who do marketing videos. These are the same things they say. Consistency, long-term growth, retention, engagement. If you're making videos and you're not engaging with people, your viewer gets something out of that. So why not give it to them? Because it adds the value that helps them come back to your channel. Iron Dog, thanks for stopping by. Tavian, thanks for stopping by. I went a little longer than I planned, but thank you all for watching. Guys, hit me up on Instagram at Wagoner County Snake Hunter, all one word. If you pull me up there on Todd Autry, you'll probably find me. Help a mouse get to heaven by a wolf hat. That's funny. Matter of fact, I'm going to screenshot that. That's classic Homestead Aquarius. Thank you guys for supporting me. I don't always take the time to say thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Hopefully you all know I support you. The names I'm looking at, I support you. Snore and Herpaven, I've got to support you a little more. Lou B, we're going to catch some snakes this year, me and you. I'm already looking at the calendar and I know the game plan. So, gang, drunk guy, keep on gambling and explaining it to me. Thank you guys for catching my live, and I will see y'all later. Bye.